Let me just weigh in a moment here. After Iran terrorist proxies launched over 40 attacks on U.S. military assets, last night the U.S. responded again with two F-15 fighter jets dropping several bombs on a weapons storage facility in eastern Syria. No terrorists were there, so no terrorists were killed. Now then, this is important to me at least, according to reports, right after our response, Iran-backed terrorists mounted 4 more attacks on U.S. bases, 3 in Syria and 1 in Iraq, which brought the total now to 46 attacks by Iran-backed proxies. 3 U.S. service members suffered minor injuries and are now gratefully back to duty. This is after the Houthis last night downed an American MQ-9 Reaper drone near Yemen. So, the Biden administration lobbed a couple more missiles and an unmanned ammo depot someplace in the middle of Syria. Iran hits back with 4 more attacks, and the Biden administration did nothing. Nothing. This is not a strong response. Correct that. This is, in fact, a very weak response. Now, General Jack Keane and distinguished former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will be here in just a few moments to talk about this and other related matters. But I would say, for all the times that Joe Biden and Antony Blinken and John Kirby keep telling us how they're going to hold Iran accountable for their terrorism, I believe any objective observer would say they are not holding Iran accountable for anything. And by all accounts, as Joe Biden continues his Iranian appeasement strategy, it objectively looks like he is more afraid of Iran than Iran is afraid of the United States. And that is a very bad place to be anytime, but especially during wartime. And we are at war with Iran, as well as their terror proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the rest of the murderers. So how many times do the Bidens have to hear that appeasement never works? How long do we have to wait until the Bidens develop a serious policy of deterrence? Now, General Keane has said that the Bidens should take out the Iranian proxy command and control centers. Take it out. Send a warning message. Yes, people will be killed. The enemy will be killed. The casualties would not be civilian casualties. They would be terrorists. And that's the cost of a war. And this is a just war. These namby-pamby Biden responses to Iran, so far, I believe, are doing far more harm than good in terms of American security, not just Israeli security. We need to be deterring Iranian warfare in order to protect American national security interests, along with the security interests of Israel and our allies around the world. Putin's Russia, Xi's China, Kim Jong-un's North Korea, they're all watching these namby-pamby American responses in the Iranian war. What do you think they are thinking? And as Secretary Pompeo has said elsewhere, Hamas murdered 1,400 innocent civilians on October 7th, but since Iran was the master planner and paymaster, they were entirely and directly complicit in killing 1,400 innocent civilians. Joe Biden and his gang should be furious at what's going on in all these areas, but most especially in these attacks on U.S. military assets. The Bidens should be expressing fury on a daily basis that Americans were killed and taken hostage on October 7th. They should be furious that U.S. military assets are being attacked nightly. But they respond in the weakest, lowest common denominator, milquetoast way, both rhetorically and militarily. So I'll just make this final thought. Save America. Retire Joe Biden. He is most certainly not a wartime president. All right? That is my riff. I take responsibility for it.